Hello, my name is Amy Sturkey. I am a pediatric physical therapist, and this video we're going to talk about why does constipation cause poop accidents at night or during the day. And well, this is a tough subject, isn't it? It's really in children under 10 years of age, 1 to 2% of children have poop accidents, and it's really mostly during the day. And 80% of those are boys. Yikes. So how does it happen? Because it's a little counterintuitive, isn't it? Because you think of someone who's constipated as someone who can't poop, but these kids are pooping accidentally. Well, let's talk about it. Constipation starts typically on very expected times of your life. It happens when you switch from formula to milk. It happens when you switch from formula to solid foods. When you introduce new foods, particularly rice cereal, it causes constipation. It happens when you start potty training. It happens when you start school. It happens anytime you have an infection and you get diarrhea. Afterwards, you often have constipation. It's very common after you have antibiotics. It's really common with certain medications like antacids or opioids. It causes constipation, and others too. The problem is when you have constipation, it's uncomfortable, but you need to go to the bathroom. But sometimes kids they go, oh, that hurts. I'm not going to do that. I mean, it's not logical, but it hurts. So they stop. They decide they don't want to do that, or they don't want to go to the bathroom when they're at school because they don't have the privacy that they want, or for any number of reasons, kids start to hold their poop. They learn that when you have a feeling that you need to have a bowel movement, you contract and hold instead of relaxing. And so that causes a snowballing problem. Let's just talk about it. So if you have your colon and your colon goes down to a rectum and then a poop is supposed to come out. Well, let's imagine you go 3 days without having a bowel movement. So on average, people have about 2 bowel movements a day. So let's have fake bowel movements. We're going to have 1 bowel movement that goes down. And let's say, at this point, a typical kid would go, I got to poop. I'm going to relax those muscles, go to the bathroom, relax those muscles, and let it come out. Well, these kids hold because it's uncomfortable, and another poop comes down and they feel it and they hold. And then that's day 1. Day 2, another poop comes down. And the thing is that the colon, its job is to take liquid out of the bowels. And so this poop, as it gets down there, it gets more and more solid and more dry and hard and, in fact, brittle down at the bottom. Okay, we're now on 2.5 days, and here we're going to hit 3 days of poop. So you can see the problem is all this poop gets all blocked up here, right here at the end of the rectum, and it becomes really overstretched. And as this poop overstretches the rectum, it's, okay if it happens once, but with chronic constipation, it starts to overstretch the muscles around the rectum. And then kids stop being able to feel when they need to go. This road that goes out to the toilet becomes like a pond that starts to hold on to all this poop. And that's a problem, because then you can't feel it and the muscles are overstretched. So they become ineffective in squeezing to help push out the poop. And kids, because it hurts, they're holding. So it's a really bad problem. So when all this poop gets here, it builds up at the rectum and actually the right ascending colon, both places. Poop can't get through that's solid. So the only poop that can get through is more liquid poop. So liquid poop, it goes in. I'm using hold on. Woo-hoo! I'm using a milkshake. It goes in. Oh, this is. What? Ah! Oh, that's gross. Okay, so what happens is the liquid poop goes around that hard mass of poop and it comes out. And at first what happens is parents think, that's gross. Parents think that they're just didn't wipe well, so they see a skid mark on the underwear and they think that they're just not wiping well. But then kids start hiding their underwear, and the problem is they can't feel that as it comes out. And if the constipation's not dealt with, then these muscles get weaker. And so then brittle pieces of poop start falling out. It's kind of gross. And if it's not dealt with, those little pieces become bigger pieces. And the research says is that kids who have poop accidents, it can get fairly big and they might not even know that a big poop has fallen out. And the other problem, the other problem is this poop has been there a long time. So it gets really dark and super stinky. And when it's super dark and super stinky, it's really obvious to other kids around that, oh my gosh, you've just gone to the bathroom and it really stinks. And the other, gosh, very surprising thing, this poop is hard to get out, is that these kids don't smell it. Because they're around it all the time, they don't smell it anymore. And all the other kids around them smell it. And these kids become ashamed and embarrassed, and the parents are ashamed and embarrassed. And the research says that most of these times these kids don't even feel it when they've pooped in their pants. They don't feel it. They don't know that they've pooped. It's not their fault. But they've got a big problem. The problem is even if you clean out all this poop, you've got an overstretched bowel that needs to be stretched, that needs to be cleaned out. Ugh. Let me get out all this poop. Oh, this is a mess. You have to get all this poop out, and after the rectum is cleaned out, and it's been there a while, it's overstretched. So that the next time poop comes along, you're not even aware that there's poop there, and the same cycle happens over and over and over. So the only treatment is to take care of the constipation, to take care of the swelling and the accidental pooping. In the next video, we'll talk about how you get that rectum back to the right size so that you can feel when you need to go to the bathroom and the muscles can work correctly. I hope this is helpful for you, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye. If you liked this video and would like to be notified by email when the next video comes out, click the subscribe button here and click the golden bell icon and ensure notifications are enabled on your account.